For me personally, wireless gaming earbuds haven't really been my favorite audio solution due to comfort. Earbuds are inherently more user-specific when it comes to comfort due to the fact that they sit inside the ear canal. But the new $230 Logitech G Fits seek to solve that issue with the light-forming molding process that creates a custom fit for your ears. So with that trick up its sleeve is the comfort and audio quality and all the other features there, everything that you really want for gaming with true wireless earbuds. Well, let's dive in and check them out. Hey everyone, I'm Jordan with 9 to 5 Toys. Today we are checking out the Logitech G Fits gaming earbuds. Now, gaming earbuds in general offer just an interesting audio experience for gaming. You know, on one hand, they're very small and discreet. So if you don't want to wear something big over your head, you can just pop these in your ears and they're pretty much, out of the way and kind of hard to see. But because of that, they don't usually have the same battery life as their over-ear counterparts. But with both 2.4 gigahertz and Bluetooth connection, they're great for your battle station here when you want the lowest latency possible, but also good for your mobile device when on the go. But comfort has always been a problem with me when it comes to true wireless gaming earbuds like this. With the HyperX Mix Buds, I didn't want to use those for multiple hours at a time because I didn't find them to be very comfortable long-term in my ears. So when Logitech mentioned that the G Fits have a custom molding Lightform process right out of the box, I was really intrigued to hear how they fit in my ears and how they feel. So first off, let's take a look at the overall design. Now, if these look familiar, it's because the Ultimate Ears Fits basically have the same exact design and functionality, and that is a sub-brand of Logitech, so it's easy to see where they got that technology from. The earbuds have a kind of pill-like shape to it. They're kind of tall, and then there are touch capacitive buttons on the outside, so you can do a series of single taps or double taps to control those. And the earbuds do come in either white or black colorways. We have the white here, as you can see. The actual ear tip, the molded part here, stays the same between those. It's this clear material. And then additionally, the cases are a little bit different between the two. So on the white case, you can see that it has this kind of lavender kind of color inside of it, and then on the black case, I believe it's a yellow interior. So you can choose which colorway you want there. Both come in at $230. Otherwise, the case itself has a really simple, rounded design here. As you can see, there's a nice Logitech logo here on the outside. But otherwise, there is a USB-C charging port in the back. There's nothing on the bottom. It has a pretty clean overall design. And open it up, you can see that there is a small little status light on the left. And then there's also the pairing button over on the right as well. And these large cavities in here that hold the actual custom molded ear tips in there, so there's plenty of room for all that. The case itself seems to be pretty sturdy. It doesn't really, close when moving it around. It kind of has a little snapped area when you open it up all the way, so it's not gonna, automatically shut by itself. But it does have a nice satisfying click when you do close it all the way. So pretty happy with the case and the design overall. A couple things on here that I wish that it would do is there's no exterior charging status light. So when you do have it plugged in, there's not a little LED light that'll tell you what the current battery status is. So that's kind of a bummer. I wish they just had it in there, something really easy at a quick glance to tell what the battery level was. So when getting the actual earbuds out of the box, the first step is going to be to download the Logitech app and get these set up. And I did that here, so we'll hop over to some footage of that from the other day. All right, so we're getting started setting up the G Fits here from Logitech. I wanted to record this because you actually mold the like the little ear tips to your ear. So not gonna be able to do this multiple times. So I wanted to set this up so we can do it. So one of the first steps is we need to place the earbuds. You need to place them inside the charging case. I'm sure so as to not mess up the forms in here. Earbuds in there. All right, so now on my phone, it's telling me to remove them. And it's telling me to pair your earbuds. Go to Bluetooth. So to enter pairing, there is a button inside the case next to the right earbud. You press and hold that for 3 seconds, then it'll get into pairing mode. So that's how I actually got it connected here. Okay, so we are connected. Let's go back over to the app. It says, now let's get to the fun part. So let's see what they have in mind. Twist your earbuds into your ears. Find the position that maximizes the bass. So that means they're gonna have a really good seal in here, or at least they should. I feel like that's about as good as I can get it as far as maximizing the bass. So I'm gonna hit next on here. Hold earbuds in place while molding. All right, so now it says, so we're supposed to hold them in place. I'm gonna hit start molding on here. So let's see what happens. All right, so you can see the lights showing up on there as it molds. I guess it's kind of an interesting sensation. It's like, you can feel like getting a little bit warm in there. Not like hot, but it just feels a little warm. It's just an interesting feeling. So what's doing is using light to basically mold the plastic in here to, you know, get the perfect seal in your ears, because everybody's ear canals are different. Logitech is using this to create just like a really good seal in here. So when this is done, you should have basically custom molded ear tips for your earbuds. So I'm still holding it in there, even though it says you can relax almost there. And it's been playing this music this whole time as well. It's just some kind of like lo-fi EDM music. So now it should be done. Now, I mean, I'd say it feels like they have a pretty good seal in here. All right, so that's a little bit about the molding process and how to get that set up. Another thing to note here is that this is a one-time thing. You can't remold these ear tips. So if you do need to redo it for some reason, or you want to share the earbuds with somebody else, you'll need to purchase a pair of additional molding earbuds, which I believe you can get at least on the Ultimate Ears website for about $30. And they do come in 3 different sizes, a small, medium, and large. So I'm not sure what exactly the size comes with. The G Fits themselves right out of the box, I would assume it's right in the middle with the medium, but I don't know that for sure. And as we mentioned, these are both Bluetooth and 2.4 gigahertz wireless, so it does come with a little adapter here. You can see it is USB-A, but then it also comes with a USB-A to USB-C adapter, so you can plug it in there and you're good to go with USB-C devices as well. So pretty easy to get set up, and you can just plug this into your computer or device or whatever, and yeah, very easy to get set up here. So once you get everything set up, you get the custom mold all taken care of. How's the comfort on these? Well, they're definitely the most comfortable wireless gaming earbuds that I've tried so far. I've had no issues with them when it comes to, you know, multiple hours of gaming when compared to something like the HyperX Mix Buds. One thing to note here though, I mean, these do, as you can tell from those ear tips, they do sit down inside of your ear. So if you're not a fan of that, kind of like with earplugs, you know, if you're not a fan of having something actually inside your ear, then that might be something that you want to avoid, because these definitely sit inside your ear a little bit. And moving on to that fit, let's talk about passive noise cancellation. So Logitech opted not to put any active noise cancellation, or ANC, in these earbuds because they really didn't feel that it needed it. And while I would agree that there is some passive noise cancellation with this fit, I also didn't necessarily find it as good as I kind of expected it to be, even with those custom molded ear tips. While using the earbuds, I found that if I had my finger on the earbuds and kind of pressed them in a little bit, the passive noise cancellation got better. But when I did let them go, it still kind of let a little bit more noise in than what I was expecting. But with that in mind, and with everything set up, I was really impressed with how these sounded, even right out of the box. I've been really enjoying them for gaming. And we'll dive into EQ a little bit later when we talk about the app, but as far as just sound quality out of the box, we'll be talking about the G Signature sound, which I think is a really great sound profile for these. The EQ is very well balanced and right where I like it for both gaming and for music. The bass is there and present, and it will hit down very low, but it's not overbearing at all. There's no muddiness, there's no, overbearing bass that would kind of make it harder to hear other details when you are gaming or listening to music. Now that can be increased if you want to through the app, but for me, it's right where I like it. And then at the same time, both mids and highs are kept under control, and this never got too harsh. Even when listening to some pretty either cluttered metal tracks or some crazy gaming scenarios within Warzone 2, when a bunch of kill streaks going off and people running all around you and the gas is coming in, I never found these to be too harsh. And going back to music, when listening to metal tracks like Mist by Protest the Hero, one of my favorite ways to test kind of the mids when it comes to music, everything was really easy to distinguish. I thought that the guitars sounded great. So once again, just really impressed with the just standard stock G Signature sound that's coming out of the G Fits earbuds. Well, maybe not as detailed as some other over-ear gaming headsets that I've tried. These really kind of blew me away just out of the box, what they sounded like and what they were capable of. And another part of that was both imaging and stereo positioning for gaming. Being able to tell exactly where sounds are coming from and pinpoint directionality. I felt that that was really strong with the G Fits. Once again, playing Warzone 2 and Battlefield 2042, there was great stereo separation where I could tell that, there was someone off to my left or off to my right, or footsteps were coming off over in this direction. So that's very crucial when playing competitive FPS games. And once again, right out of the box, I was really surprised with how well the G Fits handled that. And that also carries over into music as well, as far as, pinpointing different instruments' positions and imaging. I just felt was really strong on these earbuds. Now, my only issue with the sound is that when listening at really low volumes, this was mainly when listening to music. I didn't notice it when gaming so much, but it kind of sounded like there was just a little bit of digital noise in the background. Once again, only while listening to music, and it was kind of like I was trying to figure out if I really was hearing it or not, so it wasn't necessarily overbearing, but I do think that I heard a little bit in there. So that definitely was a bummer when listening to music, but it wasn't necessarily something that I noticed or really even had any issue with when gaming. All right, and let's talk about the app really quick. It's pretty simple, and if you do want to do EQ control, it's only available on a mobile device through the G Fits app. You can't do any EQ control through the Logitech G Hub on a computer. So that's a little bit of a bummer that you can't make changes on either or. You still have to connect it to your phone to make those changes. But unfortunately, you can't have both the 2.4 gigahertz wireless and Bluetooth connected at the exact same time. So you have to swap between the two, which is easy to do. It's just a triple tap of the earbud will switch between either Bluetooth or the wireless 2.4 gigahertz connection. But yeah, unfortunately, you can't be connected to both, and so you do have to make that swap if you want to make some EQ changes while you're playing. And as far as EQ modes go, they have that G signature, which is what I used most of the time because I really enjoyed the sound. They also have a stock bass boost mode, they have an FPS mode, they have a MOBA RPG mode, and a spoken word mode as well. And additionally, you can create your own custom EQ. There are 5 different bands you can adjust, and then there's a really easy to use kind of history, so you can go back and kind of undo your changes if you liked a certain setting that you then messed up. It's easy to go back and find that. And then beyond EQ, you can customize the tap features. So you can customize a single tap or a double tap, and you can separate those between left and right to do different things if you would like them to. And unfortunately, one of the only issues with these earbuds is that, even in a quiet office like this where there's not much noise going on, the microphone sounds pretty terrible. It sounds, muffled, it sounds distant, it sounds like you're using a speakerphone, and there's too much noise suppression enabled. But here we'll do a mic test, and you can hear that for yourself. All right, so here I have them connected to my PC, running through Audition. I'm not gonna put any EQ on it. This is just directly straight through the microphone, but hopefully this is giving you a good idea of what it sounds like. They kind of make a big to do about it on their website and in their marketing, but unfortunately it sounds like a lot of other cheap, wireless earbuds. So if you are using this to communicate with your teammates, you're probably going to want to use something else if you can, like a dedicated mic over here, something like a USB mic like the Shure MV7 or the HyperX SoloCast, which is one of my favorites. Yeah, unfortunately it doesn't sound as great as what maybe Logitech made it out to sound. And that's a little bit of a bummer considering the cost of these, $230. Would love to hear a better sounding microphone, but without something actually being down in front of your mouth, it's kind of hard to get a good mic sound out of wireless earbuds. So besides the kind of poor mic performance, one of the only other issues that I had with these is that there's no low battery warning when you are using the earbuds. I was playing Warzone with a buddy. I'd been testing these for a couple days, and so the battery's starting to get low. I think battery life is rated at 7 hours for these, just the earbuds alone. And so they did end up dying while I was right in the middle of a match, but it didn't give me any warning. So they just, cut out. And then I had to kind of scramble to try to find another headset while we were still in a game in the DMZ. So that's a little unfortunate. Would love to see some sort of warning in there to let you know that the battery is getting low. You can check the battery status within either one of the apps. You can use the mobile app or you can use G Hub, so you can see the battery status in there, but if you're not paying attention, then they might just die on you in the middle of a game. So with all that in mind, while I'm not sure that I would choose these over a good, gaming headset, for me personally, these are the best take on wireless gaming earbuds that I've tried so far. Even though the mic doesn't sound that great, unfortunately, with most wireless earbuds, they don't sound great either, so I wasn't really very surprised by that. But the audio quality and the comfort are, just superb on the G Fits. I really enjoy these for gaming. So if you're really dead set on getting some true wireless earbuds for gaming, you need that 2.4 gigahertz wireless for, the lowest latency, then I do think that these are your best bet. But, would you be better served with, an pair of over-ear headphones? I personally think so. You can get better battery life. I think they're even more comfortable for longer gaming sessions, but that's something you'll need to decide for yourself. If you really need true wireless earbuds, I can definitely recommend the Logitech G Fits. But at the same time, if you're trying to decide between earbuds and an over-ear headset, I think there are better options when it comes to over-ear headsets, especially for the $230 price here. All right, well, that's gonna do it for our review of the Logitech G Fits earbuds. Let us know what you think about them down in the comments below. And if you're looking for some other videos to watch, I'll link to the HyperX Mix Buds review over here, as well as our most recent video. And thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. This is Jordan with 9to5 Toys.